Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Christian Architect. Thank you for watching my video. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to make a basic architectural floor plan. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing that you need to do is to set your unit. You simply move your cursor to the command bar and type in unit and enter. The shortcut is UN. Length, type, and then I'll always keep it to decimal. Precision, I keep it to 0.000, and then the insertion scale, leave it as millimeter, and then you just simply click OK. To set your layer properties, move your mouse to the layer properties at the top. We click at the top here to add new layer. Click here, and then I'm gonna rename the layer. The first one is grid line. So you right click and then click rename layer, or you can type F2. First one is grid line. And then I will turn on the grid mode, and then the first line you need to do is the horizontal line. And then the next one, then you click this line. You see there's a blue square, so you just left click and then move your mouse to the top and then type in 2000. Same thing on the horizontal. Click the blue square and then 2000, enter. As you can see, there is an intersection, so you will need to keep it this way. Next, we go to the circle and then type in 250 and then enter. So what you need to do is you go to move, and then the next one, go to copy, right click, and then you can go to the quadrant section, enter. Next part, we go to the text, simply left click and then move your mouse, left click, and then type in A, and then type PR, and then text height, change to 250, enter. So I'm just gonna double click, select and change to number, and then I'll make that into a center. Now you go to copy, select the item, right click, and then go to the intersection as the base point, left click, and then move your mouse, make sure turn on your ortho mode, and then type in 3000, enter. And then the next part, you will need to make the wall. How do you can do the wall? You simply go to offset, type in 75. So you will need to offset the grid line number 1, go to the top, go down. So 75, 75, you have your wall thickness 150. You go to the trim, right click, select the item. So now you have this kind of L shape of the wall. So what you need to do now, select the wall. You need to make sure that you're in the right layer. So now your wall is in the grid line layer. So you just simply click, go to wall, and it will change the layer. Then our next step, right click, select, and then go to the base point. And then you just copy the wall to whichever part there is a wall that involved. Now that you have your wall, so what you need to do next is to trim the unwanted line. So after you done trim all the unwanted line, and then you go back to your grid line, and then as you can see here, the sequence of the word. So you're just going to change this to B, show it's in capital. And then you have completed the grid line and you have completed the wall. Next part we're going to do is to do the doors and window opening. Go to line and using wall, then click line. So do the reference line here, and then you go to move 150, and then go to offset 900. 900 is basically the width of the door. You get this one, you go to trim, then you have to do another door opening for this part. As for toilet, the width for the toilet door is just 750. The size of your main door will be 1800. Is 1800 width. And then the next part is you're going to do the window opening 1200 mm, while for toilet it will be 600 mm width. To line for the window opening, you find the midpoint and make a reference line. Go to offset, type in 600. And then the next part, we're going to add the dimension, add the grid line. So you simply go to the dimension, and then begin from point A to point B, then move upward, so that now that you notice that the dimension is in the red color because it's still in the wall, so you will need to click this and change to grid line. As you can see, the text is too small. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change the text dimension and increase the font and as well as the symbol and arrow. So you go to Annotate, click the downward arrow, then you go to Modify, and then the modify dimension style will appear. First, you go to symbol and arrow. You can keep the arrowhead close fill, or you can change to other arrow. But for this one, I'm just gonna make that into a close fill, and then I'll only change the arrow size to 100, and then you press enter. Similarly, go to the text side, change to 100 and hit enter. Click OK, close. You can see that the text dimension is visible now because we have changed the text height. Go to home, change the grid line, then you do the dimension from the base point here and point here, and then you make that end point here. If you think the text is too small, you can always go back to the Annotate and change. Go to Modify, text height you can change to 150, and then you click Close.